This is the first part of the second series that we're doing today. Look using GR2 analysts to look at some cells, some supercells in Central Florida. Earlier today, we set it up with the Lake Jessup area series, and the upper air has a well-developed baroclinic low over the Great Lakes region, spinning multiple shortwaves across the Florida Peninsula throughout the time frame we're going to be looking at. Should get more unstable as the day goes by. But like Jessup earlier, we had some good tornado verification and indicators on GR2 that we're looking at today. We've got multiple overlays on GR2. We've got the level 3 attributes turned on. So this is taking storm information, storm cell information right from GR3 or level 3 data. And we also have the prob severe turned on, and that's an MRS, multi-radar, multi-system product. Uses lightning data, radar data, satellite and model data to compute a probability for severe, maximum severe potential for a storm using prob hail, prob winds, and prob tor. So the max of those three, you can see across the top line there, top row, is prob wind in this case, and that's what is generating that contour right there. And it's over 50%. 50% the contours would be about white, whatever the maximum is, and then it goes into the purples. On the low end, it's on the blue end of the scale. So there's one on the low end in the 2% range. But these both these cells here pretty well developed. We've got prob wind in this one at 64 and the prob tornado of 43. This is a perishable. Goes past it's saved for about an hour on your loop, so it matches up usually. Does pretty well with your live loop. In the first series, we kind of let the live data get away from us. I got a little too verbose on some of the stuff, so hopefully we'll stay with the live data now. It's about an hour old. This is current time is 1826, so this goes back to 1723, so this is about an hour old, so we still have the prob severe contours on there. And you can see the level 3 data is already outrunning what we're looking at, so it's up to date and current. It doesn't loop, it stays with the live data, so you can kind of get an idea where stuff's going to be here in about an hour. So we see there's about in the 50% range. You can kind of see the color frame is more bright towards the white in the spectrum. So we see this cell here. Well, this is probably one of our more jazzed up cells that we need to be watching right now. So we'll take a look at it, get a little better zoom in. And we kind of see there is a pendant dragging down like a rear flank downdraft in there. We don't have a good inflow notch. And also there's doesn't appear to be a great rotational couplet involved there. So let's take a look at, let's right click. We'll set our storm motion from the warning. And that puts it at 272 at 38. So these cells are moving pretty good clip. So just by virtue of fact of the storm motion alone, we probably could expect to see a moderate warning somewhere in the range of 35 to 49 knots. But the cell's got a reflectivity signature with it that we need to kind of keep an eye on. That pendant in the rear flank downdraft, if we get any kind of spin down or circulation, we'll start to see a hook form in that area. But as I said, for the velocity data is not really showing up great. So let's go ahead and step it forward a few frames. And we can see that now we kind of curling back around. We're getting a little bit of spin down in the downdraft. So it's we're getting a little circulation error, still not showing up great on SRV at this time though. Let's take a look at NROT. Normalized rotation is a Gibson Ridge algorithm product that goes into the mesodetection algorithm. That one right there. And right now it's not alerting, so those are pretty low values, less below 1 to 1.5 might be. We start looking for probably in this range, getting up to around 1.5 average in the vertical is weak, up around 1.5 to less than 2 is moderate, 2 to less than 2.5 is strong, and then over 2.5 is going to be extreme, where a severe storm, severe rotation. So that pendant kind of keeps its coherence through the loop, but really not seeing great rotation in here. Let's see, we do have a bit of a all inbounds. It looks like no outbounds. We'd be wanting to see outbounds over here. If we had cyclonic rotation, they're very few and far between. So I'm not worried about rotation yet at this point. The Prob Severe does have a good 30% Prob Tour on it. Prob Tornado. Still lacking the rotation. I'll keep updating the SRV, storm motion for morning. But the rotation just isn't there. So keep an eye on everything else too. We don't want to fall down the rabbit hole in one cell and miss anything else. Let's take a look at, we'll run a cross section through here, the 2D cross section through the inflow notch. We got a pretty good inflow notch there. Still kind of lacking any kind of rotational couplet, but we'll shoot a cross section through there and see what it looks like in the vertical. And we're pretty far behind. Why did that do that? So let's step it forward, get it back up to like 45 after. And we do have a weak echo region. So a lot of tilt to the storm. This is tilting downrange. It's tilting downstream. A lot of good mid-level and upper level push to this thing. But that is a weak echo region right there. We can see we got very little to no velocity, reflectivities below it. So the updraft is holding this aloft. So that's a weak echo region, typical severe report. So here's probably some large hail. There's 57 dBz. Almost 58, and we got it looks like a hail spike over the top of it too. So we got some hail up around probably about -10 to -20 range. So that's something to keep an eye on too. So if you're issuing severe, besides tornadic, you might want to not just do winds but also hail. Even though prob hail is pretty puny on that. All right, let's step it forward some more. See what we got. Looks like this cell up here is kind of pinging the prob severe and mostly wind. And it's still Prob Tour showing up on that one. It looks like it's lagging a little bit behind the reflectivity data because we do have sales 2 running out of Tampa, so that means we're getting 2 extra 0.5 or 0.4 cuts for every volume scan. So this is going to update a little bit slower. That's 1750, and we're at 1752 on the reflectivity. So one more step, it should update right there. There we go. It catches up. There's 1754. So prob wind pretty high, but prob tour is increasing. It's up to 29. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if National Weather Service doesn't pop a tornado warning polygon on this cell here pretty quick. 73 on the prob wind. Still not a good rotational couplet showing up there. Looks like still all inbounds more or less. All right, we'll come back as the data updates, and we'll get some more live images into part 2. See you in a minute.